that together we will always remind you.
Hey everybody, Jimmy Maxburger here, and I'm finally back for a new reaction video for you all. And yes, it's been a while since I haven't done any reaction video for you all because I'm doing a lot of gameplay on my computer, especially Plants vs. Zombies and Zuma Deluxe. Those two games that I'm playing right now. So yeah, and I was gonna do a new Zuma Deluxe video, but I'm gonna do that later because my Time Pony just upload a brand new Pinkie Tales video for you all here, and it was just uploaded about 5 days ago. And this Pinkie Tales called Rumpletrotskin. Rumpletrotskin, huh? Very interesting. So you can see in the description here, Pinkie Tail, Pal, and Pumpkin, the classic fairy tale. Rumpletrotskin with her own twist. Very interesting fairy tale there. You say Rumpletrotskin. But I haven't watched Rumpletrotskin yet because I'm not a big fan of that fairy tale there. And yeah. And by the way, this is a 10 years. This is a My Time Pony 10 years channel anniversary special. Yeah. 10-year anniversary on her YouTube channel. Very nice though. So I'm glad that you stay on the YouTube about 10 years. I'm glad you still upload more video there. Although you're a bit busy, but I still love some videos that you make there, Matt Pie. And yeah. Okay, this video is long, of course, 34 minutes. But I'm very excited to see how is this Pinkie Tale video looks like. So yeah. Alright everyone, let's start talking right now. Let's jump into this video. Oh, by the way, you can saw the warning there. You already see. So you want to know about this video, you can pause and read the warning first if you want. And yeah. Alright everyone, let's start talking right now. Let's jump into this video and let's see what happens. In 3, 2, 1, go. It's gonna be a lot of swear word in here. Even the flashing as well. What? Oh god, okay.
Once upon a time, there was a vast pony kingdom ruled by a fair and just king. When the king passed away, his 2 daughters, Solar Mare and Filly Moon, inherited the land. The realm was divided into 2 queendoms called Daylight and Midnight. Although the queens were given equal shares of land, each sister wanted her queen.
Wait. There we go. I hope it won't show this
to be better than the others. They competed for just about everything. The most wealth, the most resources, the most commodities, and the most adoring subjects. The latter was in short supply in the Queendom of Daylight, as Queen Solar Mare taxed her poor citizens until their breaking points to fund her lavish lifestyle.
You can see
the morale of Daylight's impoverished ponies had fallen so low, the Queen decided to hold a massive celebration to honor some returning heroes from their perilous quest. 6 of the Queendom's bravest ponies were brought before the Queen to receive their medals and accolades.
Solo Mare. And the cream out there, it almost looks like Celestia, though.
Ponies of Daylight, I am pleased to announce
and we have,
that the great
the main
terror
6,
known as
course.
G5 Spike has been vanquished at last.
Queen Solar Mare exclaimed, and the gathered ponies cheered in response.
Today, we honor these heroes with medals of bravery and feast to their glory.
Solar Mare added, using her magic to place the gold medals around each of the 6 ponies' necks.
That's Solar Mare, but it almost looks like Celestia because of her cute
stomps of praise. One of the 6 heroes pulled another aside. The bright pink earth pony with the bouncy pink mane whispered frantically to the orange earth pony with a blonde mane and tail.
Applejack, something is wrong. I didn't even know we were in a story until I heard once upon a time. And when I
Sorry
went to
about the
stop
quality
story to
there,
find out what the
because
hell was
I
going
put
on,
this quality a little bit higher at 720. That will make my phone lagging a lot there. So see? So that's why I'm gonna keep as a 360p.
feeling, Applejack, isn't it? Isn't it?
The pony she spoke to gave her a sideways glance in
You
confusion.
keep going
You
on.
ain't the one
It's
doing
really
this?
annoying.
This here is normal, Pinkie. At least it is for me. Kinda nice to see you get a taste of your own medicine, though.
The pink mare's eyes wavered in
Sorry about that.
confusion and fear.
Alright, alright. If you're
There we
really
go.
bad upset, I'll try and stop it myself.
Apple Peasant replied.
Apple Peasant?
Your name is Apple Peasant?
Apple Peasant.
Pink Peasant guffawed in
I'm Pink
response.
Peasant.
Wait, Pink Peasant? What kind of stupid pun is that?
Now, we must discuss a matter of utmost importance.
Solar Mare
I'm not gonna
interrupted,
tell the
now
name.
addressing the heroes personally.
I'm not gonna tell their name in
guides
this
have informed me that you
classic
sit
fairy tale. I'm gonna tell their
expired
normal
late
name.
on your taxes. Is this true?
The 6 ponies looked amongst themselves in surprise.
Pinkie
A
shooting
former
up.
student of the
Really
Queen
annoying.
herself, Book Peasant, stepped forward meekly to reply on behalf of her friends.
Your Majesty, we've just returned from our royal mission. We haven't had a chance to earn any money since we were away on our perilous quest.
Slaying an abomination doesn't exempt you from the law, Book Peasant. Surely you don't expect me to bend the rules just because you saved us.
Solar Mare said, absent of
Sorry about that.
Can we pay you with these?
The yellow-coated, pink-maned Pegasus called Quiet Peasant asked, holding up her heroic medal.
Those? That's not nearly enough gold to cover your debts.
Solar Mare scoffed.
Well,
Pink Peasant whispered frantically to Apple Peasant.
I'm trying. I'm supposed to have that story breaking up right since the last Pinkie Tales, but it ain't working. What'd you do?
it's not me, I swear. Wait a minute.
It wasn't.
I know who's doing this to us. Discord. This is exactly the kind of thing that he'd pull.
Pink
Discord?
Peasant narrowed her eyes in anger and clenched her
The
teeth.
one that made Discord
Suddenly,
tail?
a Draconicus
I don't think he-
appeared from
I don't
within
think
Pink
he's
Peasant's
doing
mane,
this.
with an innocent smile
I don't think
on his face.
he's
Was not
he
I personally find this story rather dull and uninteresting. Nothing fit for the likes of me. I'm going to go hang out in the comments section demanding to know what happened to Spike Nokia with the rest of the internet.
Discord, the Lord of Chaos,
still waiting for
replied.
Spinocchio Pinkie
Life
Tails there.
happens, some stuff came up, it's a story about Spike, and somehow I have to make that interesting. Wait, he's narrating you too? You can't stop the story?
Seems not. Perhaps there's a bit of good chaos here after all. Oh well, off to the comments I go. I think I'll throw in a couple, where's Ask Ponies? And when's the next Princess Trixie Sparkle 2 in there as well?
Discord said with a guffaw of laughter, receding into her mane without another word.
Well, do you have your taxes or not?
Solar Mare asked, her patience running thin.
Applejack, I'm freaking out. This is not okay.
Pink Peasant screamed, warranting some unwanted attention from the guards nearby.
You're right, Pink Peasant. It isn't okay. I have half a mind to throw you all in my dungeon for such a crime.
Solar Mare remarked. Apple Peasant quickly covered Pink Peasant's mouth and shot the Queen an apologetic smile.
You just gotta play along for now until we figure this out, okay? Last thing we need to
Pinkie
hear
and
Prince
AJ
get his
have
drum
to
at
do
a set.
something to get
Apple
out of
Peasant
this
whispered
very
fervently to
weird
Pink Peasant,
Pinkie Tails
keeping her
there.
voice too low for the monarch to hear. The light blue-coated Pegasus hero with a rainbow mane and tail stepped forward to stand alongside Book Peasant. She quickly
There's
chimed
really
in,
an ID.
hoping to spare them all a terrible
Big
fate.
Bash.
There's no need for that, Your Majesty, because, Fashion Peasant once told me she can spin hay into gold. That was metaphorical, brash peasant. My country chic hairwear line is the only thing ponies can afford anymore.
Fashion Peasant, a white unicorn mare with a styled purple mane, quickly amended.
Hay into gold, you say?
Solar Mare said curiously, ignoring Fashion Peasant's response.
Then it is settled. I shall have the 6 of you thrown into a dungeon where you will assist Fashion Peasant in spinning all the hay in the castle into gold.
Solar Mare clapped her hooves joyously as she motioned to the guards. Without hesitation, they swarmed the Queendom's heroes, ready to herd them toward their awaiting imprisonment.
You have until dawn. If I return and find my hay has been spun into gold, you will be set free, your debts repaid. If not, well, you'll remain in there forever. That's called incentive.
Solar Mare added, practically preening as she sat atop her golden throne. The 6 confused peasants were then quickly ushered out of the throne room and away from their own celebration to the dungeons below. They were then unceremoniously locked inside a large, dreary-looking cell that had been stuffed floor to ceiling with hay. Once the guards left, the group of ponies looked to Fashion Peasant, hoping for a miracle.
Playing along will keep us from getting thrown into prison. Huh? Don't look at me. It was metaphorical, I tell you.
And you expected Brash to understand what metaphorical meant?
Well, can't you just try?
Brash Peasant inquired nervously, realizing the mess she'd gotten them all into.
And how exactly do you expect me to spin anything without the proper tools? Huh? Aren't you a unicorn? Can't you just poof, bust out of here?
These cells are enchanted, Pink Peasant. Pony magic of any kind will not work in here.
We'll just see about that. I think this is a problem for good old Betsy.
Pink Peasant said with a dubious smile.
Who the hey is Betsy?
Brash Peasant
Yeah,
asked,
I don't know. Who's the heck is
facepalmed into
Betsy?
her hoof.
My party attack tank. She has a 5-mile confetti range. These walls won't know I hit them.
Pink Peasant decreed,
So, where'd it go?
putting her hoof into her
Where's
mane
that thing
in
go?
hopes of producing their salvation. However, after a few moments of searching, the truth finally sank in for Pink Peasant. Her once reality-breaking mane was now nothing more than hairs attached to her head.
No, it can't be. It just can't. Oh no, oh no. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm gonna be trapped here forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Why can't I stop the story?
Is that some ponies in trouble, I hear?
An unfamiliar voice asked from
Who
behind
is
the closed
that?
dungeon door.
Yeah, that pony right there, up there.
All 6 ponies watched in shock as a hooded figure entered the dungeon with a devious smile on his obscured face.
Perhaps I may lend a helping hand.
He added as the doors shut behind him.
Or you could have just let us out. Not that logic has any place in these here stories.
Pink Peasant's eyes lit up and she gasped in realization.
That's the same voice as the narrator. Who are you? What?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. The who's and the what's will have to wait. I sense there's a far more pressing matter at hoof, isn't there?
The figure asked, cutting off Pink Peasant before she could ruin the plot of the story.
Seems to me you ponies could use an enchanted spinning wheel. One that can indeed spin your hay into gold. And it just so happens that I
That
have
spinning
one
wheel
to
looks
trade.
familiar to
The
me.
stranger stepped aside, revealing an old wooden spinning wheel that hadn't been there a moment ago.
Oh, so our magic doesn't work, but yours does? See what you mean about the logic thing, Apple Peasant?
But we have
Wait, you
nothing
guys
to
saw
trade
this
for such
spinning
a
wheel
magical
before?
relic.
On
I mean,
the contrary,
wait, is that
those
the
medals
Sleeping
around your
Beauty
neck
when
will be
Aurora
nicely as
touched that sharp pain there, or when
But
she
if you
touched it,
could
or
just
she
make
she's
your own gold
sleeping
with a spinning wheel,
forever?
why would you want our medals?
Yeah, I remember
Even
correctly there.
Fluttershy's pointing out the plot holes now? What kind of crazy story is this?
my magic won't work for me, silly ponies. Why else would I have come? So, what do you say? Do we have a deal?
The stranger asked with no further explanation or
Yeah, I
clarification.
don't know who's that
With no other
stranger.
choice or means of escape, the 6 peasants sadly removed and gathered their medals and handed them over to the stranger in their cell. The stranger smiled and tucked the metals away in his cloak.
You'll have until dawn, when the enchanted object will disappear forever. Good luck, my little ponies.
The stranger said, giddily prancing back through the door and leaving the spinning wheel behind. Pink Peasant was so downtrodden about her lack of control that she couldn't even enjoy the word-for-word
I have to do
reference he
something
just
to
made.
get out this
Once the stranger was gone,
Pinkie
Apple Peasant had the thought to check the door,
and then Pinkie
but
Pie
knew
can
it
go
would be
back
for
and
naught,
make some
as her
more
assumptions
Spike
about illogical
Pinocchio
storytelling
Pinkie
would be correct. Cautiously, Fashion Peasant approached the spinning wheel with a hoof full of hay. She reached out for the spindle to begin the impossible process when Pink Peasant suddenly cried out in fear.
Fashion Peasant, don't! It's a trap! Don't put your hoof on the spindle!
Wrong story, Pinkie.
It's an enchanted spinning wheel. Where do you think he got it from, AJ? Who in daylight would be moronic enough to prick themselves on a spindle? Perhaps you should leave the spinning to the professionals, Pink Peasant.
Fashion Peasant said, worried for the sanity of her friend. Against Pink Peasant's wishes, Fashion Peasant started to feed the hay she'd gathered into the spinning wheel.
She's gonna fall into a deep sleep and then we'll never get out of here.
Well, I guess
Pink
correctly.
Peasant cried woefully,
And you know
slumping
that
to the
spinning wheel
ground
is
and
from
burying
its
her
Sleeping
face in her
Beauty.
hooves. The other ponies watched on bated breath as the spinning wheel began to spin. The hay that Fashion Peasant fed onto the bobbin was transformed into golden threads right before their eyes. A collective gasp echoed the dungeon
turning into
cell
gold
as the
now.
six ponies realized they would be saved after all. Fashion worked through the night, her friends taking turns fetching the hay for her to spin
And
to gold. Eventually,
two of them
the
were
other ponies wore
sleeping,
themselves
but
out and slept on
this
the
is not
cold
actually
stone
sleeping
floor,
forever.
while
It's just,
Fashion Peasant kept working.
It's just
When the first light of dawn
just
trickled into
lying
their
there
dungeon cell,
and,
the room was entirely bare of hay
and very just
filled
still
instead
doing
with
those
spools
spinning
of
wheel,
golden thread. Fashion Peasant could barely keep her eyes open and didn't have the strength to react when the spinning wheel vanished, as the stranger had foretold. As if on cue, the door to the cell was unlocked and opened. The sound woke the other ponies, and they came face to face with their monarch and her many guards.
Oh my me! This is incredible! Had I known you spoke true, I would have gathered far more than just the castle's hay. Why, there's enough gold here to weave into golden robes. That's sure to make Billy Moon jealous. Guards, I want all the hay in my queendom to be gathered and brought to the castle at once.
Hearing this, Fashion Peasant instantly conceded to her fatigue, fainting onto a pile of golden thread.
Ha! A deep sleep. Told you so.
But our debt is repaid, is it not, Your Majesty?
Book Peasant asked hesitantly. Queen Solar Mare glared down at her former pupil with a scowl.
Your debt is repaid when I say it is repaid, and it shan't be repaid until all of Daylight's hay has been turned into gold. Guards, take these peasants to another cell, a larger one, and fill it with my queendom's hay.
Tell me again why we do everything the Queen says in this, or any other reality.
Apple Peasant's question remained unanswered as the guards ushered the 5 peasants from their cell, having to carry the unconscious Fashion Peasant on their backs. They were brought to a new and empty cell. Over the course of the day, guards came and went, filling the cell with the gathered hay from the queendom of Daylight. Soon enough, the ponies were in a similar predicament as the night prior, but with no enchanted spinning wheel or a mare to be able to spin it.
Ready?
Now what? Should we try to wake Fashion Peasants? Good luck! Unless we have a prince stashed around here somewhere, she is out.
Exhaustion ain't the same thing as pricking your hoof, Pink.
That may be so, but I think Fashion Peasant has more than earned some rest. If that stranger comes again, maybe we can barter for the spinning wheel and the rest of us can spin instead.
Are some ponies looking for little old me?
Yep.
A familiar
There he is
voice
right there.
asked, and the ponies
He's back.
turned their heads to see the stranger resting on a bale of hay in their cell.
Where did you come from?
Are we to waste time asking questions, or are we going to strike a deal?
But this time we don't have anything to give you. Actually...
Pink Pink Peasant said, trotting over to the stranger with a
what
smug
else?
smile.
I may or may not have grabbed a few spools of gold thread before we were yeeted out of that cell. I think I'm catching on to your little game, Mr. Mystery Pony.
Golden thread. It's not worth an enchanted spinning wheel, but it might be just enough for this
There's a
spell book. In
Gold
it,
book.
you will find a spell that transcends pony magic. One of your unicorn friends might be able to conjure it. Seeing how one of you is getting her beauty sleep, I suppose that means it's all up
just
to
like
you,
Sleeping
Bookie.
Beauty.
The strange pony said, giving the magical tome to Book Peasant before snatching up the golden spools.
Once the spell is complete, the book will vanish.
What's up with the Cinderella magic disappearing rule?
Pink Peasant asked, though meant
Cinderella?
more rhetorically.
Oh yeah, my
but
favorite
there
fairy
came no
tale.
reply, as the strange pony had vanished as quickly as he had appeared. Book Peasant wasted no time opening the book to find only one passage in its entirety.
Huh. It says here that I need a pony subject. Any volunteers?
I volunteer Brash, since she's the reason we're in this mess.
Ha! You think I'm afraid of some book? Bring it on!
Brash Peasant replied confidently. Book Peasant nodded, then turned her eyes back to the spellbook. Silently, Book Peasant read the incantation.
Oh,
and
yellow
summoned
spell
forth her
there.
unicorn
Or yellow,
magic. To her shock and
yellow
delight, her
telekinesis.
horns started to glow. But unlike its usual pink hue, this magical glow took on a golden tint instead.
Yep, yellow and gold.
Book Peasant directed the spell at Brash, who braced
So
for
what
it.
is the
When the magical blast
what is
dissipated,
what
the
is
book was
Plague
gone.
got to do
The
with
five
Rainbow?
ponies
For
and
Rainbow?
their sleeping friend appeared unchanged.
Was that supposed to do something?
Brash asked, unimpressed. She took a step towards Book Peasant when the
Man,
stone beneath her hoof started to glow. The five friends watched in
I hate we keep
awe
stopping
as the
there.
stone beneath Brash Peasant turned into solid gold.
Whoa! Did you ponies see that?
Brash Peasant proclaimed, reaching out her hoof to touch a bale of hay. It too was engulfed in a magical glow before turning into solid gold. Brash Peasant knocked her hoof against the solidified
Yep,
golden mass
it
to
is
check its
a real
legitimacy.
Oh yeah! We'll be out of here in no time!
Brash Peasant rejoiced. She zipped around the dungeon, touching every bale and piece of hay she could get her hooves on.
Okay,
as
what
well
is
as the
Rainbow
stones
Dash
that
gonna
made
do
up
right
her
now?
prison for good measure. As the room slowly turned to gold, Apple Peasant excused herself from the group to stand in the far corner. She could predict exactly how this scenario would turn out. Once the room and all its contents were golden, Brash Peasant rejoined the
Everything
group,
turned to
hovering
gold?
above the ground in flight with a victorious smile.
Our problems were solved in 10 seconds flat! We make a pretty awesome team, Book Peasant! Hoof bump!
Book Peasant
Hoof bump.
reacted without thinking, raising her hoof to meet Brash's. Once she made contact with Brash, however,
What the
Book
heck?
Peasant herself was engulfed in light and transformed into solid gold. Brash gasped, putting her hoof to her
Rainbow,
mouth
did you
in
just
shock
turn her
and
into the
horror.
gold?
In doing so, the light engulfed her as well, and a solid brass-shaped hunk of gold fell to the ground, nearly crushing Quiet Peasant.
Yep, that's about what I expected.
Apple Peasant remarked, joining Pink and Quiet Peasant as they stared horrified at their friend's new fate.
First Fashion Peasant is cursed, and now Brash and Book are too? Is this a fairy tale or a f***ing grimdark?
Pink Peasant asked in bewilderment.
I don't think
while
it's a-
Fashion Peasant continued
Wait,
snoring nearby,
Grimdark or
completely unfazed and unaffected.
wait, Grimdark a fanfic? I don't know.
The next morning, Solar Mare was delighted to find the room with solid gold.
Incredible! Absolutely marvelous! I've already taken the liberty of having more hay brought from other lands and realms. Even Midnight sold us some of their hay. The fools! But alas, there's only one cell left in my dungeons. You ponies, you heroes, have impressed me so much that not only is your debt repaid, but this time I will incentivize you with a reward. If you ponies can turn all of our acquired hay into gold, then I will grant each of you alicornhood.
Solar Mare exclaimed, happier than any of the peasants had ever seen her before.
Okay.
Follow me.
Solar Mare herself guided the remaining ponies
I
from
need-
the second
I need
cell
to-
to the final.
They need to do
She had
something
a passing
to
thought
get out
that
of
there
this
was less
weird
heroes
pigtail
than she
right now.
remembered
I don't want.
there
I don't want this.
but was
I want.
too
I don't want to hear the
preoccupied with visions of
Rumpletrotskin
gold to care.
fairy
The
tale.
door to
Yeah.
the final,
Oh, I should say
largest cell was then
Rumpletrotskin.
shut and locked, with 3 hopeless heroes inside.
Oh, please tell me you're able to grab some gold like last time, Pink Peasant. Everything was solid gold, and my reality-bending powers have been nerfed into the ground. What do you expect from me?
My, seems quite the dilemma.
The stranger said, poofing into the room.
Nope,
His
there
appearance no
he
longer
is again.
surprised the ponies.
You can't get something for nothing. That's not how deals work, little ponies. You must offer me something of great value if you wish my help for a 3rd night in a row.
How can we be sure it'll actually be helpful? Ain't a single one of us knows how to sew.
Actually. And none of us here can cast any magic spells, so just exactly how are you going to help us?
Pink Peasant continued, eyeing the stranger suspiciously.
Payment first, problem solving after.
The stranger insisted.
Any ideas?
Apple Peasant asked her remaining friends, sarcasm
I wonder
still
who's in
present in her tone.
control this scenario
The
here.
most valuable thing of all!
Pink Peasant declared, rejoicing. She bounced with glee before scooping up Quiet Peasant in her hooves and presenting her to the stranger.
We'll give you Quiet Peasant!
What?
Valuable
What?
indeed.
The stranger smirked,
It's a deal.
and with a stomp of his hoof, Quiet Peasant vanished into thin air without a chance to protest.
Pinkie, what the hey?
Don't you mean how?
I'll leave the comment
Yeah,
section
who
to
the
hate
hey?
on you for the cursing this time.
The stranger approached Pink Peasant
Yeah.
and reached with an outstretched hoof into her mane. Pink Peasant was immediately aghast at the audacity. No pony or creature had ever dared to explore the contents of her mane, especially when she herself could not do so.
Hey! Get out of there! What is your problem?
Not a problem, but a solution.
The stranger said smugly, producing Betsy,
Oh,
the party
a tank?
from Pink Peasant's mane. It landed with a loud thud on the
Oh
deck
yes.
of the
Oh yep.
strange
That's
boat.
right. It's a tank.
Betsy?
She just needs one little modification.
The stranger said, taking a hoofful
Yep,
of
it is a
strange
tank.
golden dust from a pouch hidden beneath his cloak. He sprinkled the dust over Betsy, and the tank shimmered.
Now if you feed hay into it, it will shoot out golden confetti when fired.
Pretty sure that's not how tank works.
Without another word, the
Yeah, I
stranger
don't
hoofed
think
himself
the
away,
tank will
leaving
tell
no
them
trace
to go
behind of his
home.
presence.
Okay, AJ, you go get the hay, and I'll get to the exploding.
Are we not gonna talk about the fact that you just traded away Quiet Peasant like that?
The third deal is always the worst one. Duh. When we're alicorns, we'll turn Dash and Twilight back to normal, we'll wake up Rarity, and we'll get Fluttershy back. Alicorn powers are OP, right?
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Apple Peasant said, unconvinced.
Okay.
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Fall in the hole!
Pink Peasant exclaimed,
we go.
blasting the first pile of hay into a sea of golden confetti flakes. The next morning, Queen Solar Mare arrived
And
at dawn
and
gazed upon
Pinkie
her
Pie
new fortune
and
with delight.
Applejack
As she
became
promised, the
an
two heroes were
alicorn.
whisked away to an unknown starry realm, where they were hastily given alicorn horns and wings. The queen then presented the new alicorns to the awaiting crowd that had gathered at the palace.
And I present to you your new queens, Queen Applebutt and Queen Balloonbutt. Your new lack of
Apple
food
Lunga
problem
Blue
is on
Butt.
their shoulders
No,
and
I'm not
not
gonna
my
call their
own.
name. No.
I quit. I'm sure they'll find your missing hay somewhere and be able to feed you all.
She turned to the new alicorns and slyly added under her breath,
Who needs the stress of ruling a queendom when you have enough gold to last 1,000 lifetimes?
This video's almost over though.
Queen Solar Mare teleported herself away, leaving the new queens to the mercy of their new subjects. Applebutt and Balloonbutt's eyes widened in horror.
Applebutt, Balloonbutt. I'm not gonna call their name.
But had been an
I still call
angry
Applejack
mob
and Pinkie
attacking
Pie.
the castle's door. Solar Mare's greed had wasted all of their food supply for winter. They shouted in anger, shaking their hooves, pitchforks, and torches, as the ex-queen and her guards loaded her spoils onto an awaiting train nearby.
Oh, no, you don't.
Applebutt whispered angrily,
there you go,
nudging
Applejack.
herself and Balloonbutt away. Minutes later, the two monarchs reappeared in the throne room with the golden statues of Book Peasant and Brash Peasant, along with the sleeping Fashion Peasant.
I've heard of beauty sleep, but this is ridiculous.
This is hardly the time for one of your lackluster jokes, Pinkie Pie. This supposed OP alicorn magic is useless for fixing our friends. How exactly do you suppose we get Fluttershy back? Wake up Rarity, fix Dash and Twy, and appease that crowd out there. They're faster than a pair of raccoons fighting for scraps in a garbage pail.
Okay. Hear me out. We can't stop the story because that stranger pony has us trapped in here, right? Well, I happen to know which story this is, and I know for a fact that all our problems can be solved in one word. Oh, Mr. Stranger!
On cue, the mysterious stranger
there's the
appeared out of
stranger.
nowhere and bowed before the two new monarchs.
Your Highnesses, you called?
The stranger asked, bemused.
We want Quiet Peasant back, and we're willing to make a deal together.
Pinkie, maybe we should discuss this before we go into something half-cocked and crazy.
Applebutt said cautiously, distrustful of her friend's ability to
Applejack.
solve their crisis.
And what, pray tell, would this deal be?
These two solid gold cursed pony friends will be yours, unless we tell you your name. If we guess it right, you have to give us Quiet Peasant and fix all of our friends. Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, let us out!
If you discover my identity, then I will indeed agree to your terms.
The stranger said, reaching out his hoof to shake.
Now, hang on.
Applebutt said, trying to protest, but Balloonbutt reached for the hoof shake before she could formulate her words.
Deal! Don't worry, AJ, I got this. You are Rumpletrotskin!
That may be my name, but not my identity. If you wish to leave this story, you must tell me who trapped you here oh so cleverly. Better hurry. That crowd out there doesn't sound too merciful.
Nice going, Pinkie.
Applebutt said
See,
with a
you
long
have
sigh
to,
of
Pinkie, you
exasperation.
have to tell
All right,
who's
let's see.
who's in
Who
control.
would have a grudge against you? Who wouldn't have a grudge against you?
No, but that's your name. That's how the story works. You can't just break the plot.
You mean like you do in every other Pinkie Tales you've ever told?
Gotcha there, Pinks.
Okay, shut up. Let me think.
Come on, Pinkie, you can do it.
Twilight.
Balloonbutt guessed. Applebutt interrupted Balloonbutt's train of thought by pointing to the solidified
Twilight?
Book Peasant statue with a raised eyebrow.
Right. Some pony not in the story. So then you're Queen Chrysalis.
Nope.
Starlight Glimmer. Reformed my flank.
Afraid not.
No. If I had my fourth wall breaking powers, I'd just pull up the villain wiki. Tyrek? Sombra? Discord, even though we said it wasn't him?
Nope, nuh-uh, and nice try, but no.
Applebutt let out a
It wasn't
long,
those villains.
frustrated sigh. She knew this was going to take a while, and that Balloonbutt was
Come on,
too
Pinkie, you
frazzled
can
at being
do it.
wrong again to come up with the actual right
Is
answer.
Applejack gonna find out who's
She
gonna
against
be?
the golden brash and magicked herself an apple to eat while she waited for Balloonbutt to list every pony she'd ever suspected. An hour later, Balloonbutt's voice was getting hoarse, and the crowd outside was still as angry as ever. The door
Pinkie,
opening against
it's
its
going
window,
crazy right
small
now.
cracks in the wood
So you gotta do
indicating
something
that it would
quickly
soon
there.
give way. Applebutt had spent that time mulling over the options of this mysterious pony's identity and had narrowed it down to 3 suspects in her mind.
I know.
A weak, hoarse Balloonbutt tried
Come
to
on,
explain.
Pinkie.
So clear. I've been a fool. You're not a pony at all. You're a gummy. It makes so much sense. It must be you, gummy.
The stranger laughed and shook his head. It was Balloonbutt's final straw, and she took her defeat
Gummy?
far less gracefully. She launched herself at the stranger, attempting to pull his cloak
Pinkie?
away and reveal his
What are you doing
identity
right now?
for herself.
Show me
crowd burst through the
now
doors.
Applejack is
Applebutt
interesting
spoke
right now.
up.
I have the answer.
Balloonbutt
Oh,
and the
there we go.
stranger looked
Applejack
away.
have the answer.
Balloonbutt falling to the floor with a small oof. Applebutt confidently trotted to the stranger's
Okay,
side
Applejack, what
and
is it gonna
leaned
be?
in to whisper in his ear.
How did you know?
The stranger cried, shocked to be outed at last.
But you can't. The story was just getting good. No.
Oh,
Wait, what? Who was it?
Since it wasn't Gummy, there were only 2 ponies left on my list. And they're the ones with the biggest gripe with y'all's stories. Pound and Pumpkin.
Pound and Pumpkin?
pumpkin and pumpkin cake.
Pinkie, it's been 10 years. We told you, we're too old for fairy tales.
Yeah. Princesses, heroes, magic. We live
Oh
that
yeah, when
every
season 9
day.
finale
We
is
want
here,
something more
they're getting old right now, so they will
Like
never do
Hunger
the
Games.
they will
No,
never listen to the Pinkie Tale
Twilight
again.
Saga. Not the princesses, the sparkly vampires. Aw, you silly fillies! Growing up and stealing my story-breaking power. I couldn't be
So it
more
was
proud.
Power and Pumpkin.
Right. Well, if y'all go with the sparkly vampire one, could you leave me out of it?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Figures.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching our 10-year channel anniversary special. Woo! Love you all.
Well, I love you, Pinkie. Well, I'm glad they escaped this real Pinkie Tale there. Rumble and narration was voiced by Furious Metal. Okay, first Metal, Matt Pie Pony, a cosplayer as Queen Solomon, which is, you know, Princess Celestia, and Pink Present with Pinkie Pie, MOBI. So that was a new voice actor there, and she's the voice acting of Apple Present, which is Applejack. Randio Nelson. Okay, it's the voice actor of Fashion, which is Rarity. Oh, there we go, the Light of Cloud 9. Yes. And she's the voice acting of Book Present, which is Twilight Sparkle. Yes, Musket. Like, yes, Brad Present, which is Rainbow Dash, not Brad Dash. Starry Flame, which is like as Quiet Present, which is Flush because she quiet sometimes. And of course, David's the manager at Discord, of course. Becky's Pit played Pound Cake, and who's played Pumpkin Cake? Katie Patterson. Okay. And there we go. That's it, huh? Okay, now I know what's the name of the character inside this Rumpletrotskin Pinkie Tale here. From the classic fairy tale Rumpletrotskin. Alright, everyone, so that was the Pinkie Tales video called Rumpletrotskin. Well, I'm glad at the end it wasn't. I'm gonna tell you all, at the end it wasn't Gummy. It wasn't her pet. It was Pound Cake and Pumpkin Cake. That's why there's you know, there's tell with her own twist there. Use her friend as a character. Pinkie with the tale about the mysterious pony, some terrible curses, and the goal of just monads. Oh yeah, that's right. In this Pinkie Tale is everything turned into the goal. So yeah, like, I don't know why Book Present and Brass Present, which is Twilight and Rainbow, are turned into the goal. I don't know what happened to Quiet Present. Just let me know in comment, okay? Which is Fluttershy. And we all already know Rarely is touchdown really short pin thing with the spinning wheel. And you guys No, that's familiar spinning wheel there. That's just from Disney's Sleeping Beauty. When Princess Aurora touches the choice pen, and then she will sleep forever and never wake up. So yeah, that's why it's called. So what's this? Oh yeah, Applejack, apple present, Pinkie Pie, pink present, or become an uncle. I don't know why they're called Apple Butt and Balloon Butt. I'm not gonna call their name like that. I just still call Applejack and Pinkie Pie. When they become an alcorn, they just teleport back to this room, and Pinkie Pie just call the stranger pony, and then Pinkie Pie have to tell the answer, and know who's in control in this, this Pinkie Tail here. And Pinkie, after an hour, she find out who's doing this. So you can know it's at the end it's Pumpkin and Pumpkin Cake. And yes, they're very old right now, so very tired for listening more Pinkie Tail. And yeah, that's fine for them. So I'm so glad that the Applejack and Pinkie Pie finally escaped this weird Pinkie Tail there. And yes, and this is the 10 years anniversary on her YouTube channel, of course. So yeah, so glad that I'm watching the entire video, even her entire short clip on her YouTube channel. And yeah, still subscribe to her though, so I'm not unsubscribe her. I'm gonna keep subscribe to her, and I really hope she gonna reach 1.5 million subscribers. And yeah, alright everyone, that's it for a long reaction video here. Everyone, please subscribe to Mad Fact Pony channel and like this video when you want. And if you want to see more video from my channel, remember to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, share the video, and let me know in the comment below, okay? And yeah, alright everyone, thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Bye. This is Jimmy Mouse Spy Girl signing out.
That forever, this will be our time.